You know, was I there for the fame? Yeah. I think I was there to have a good time, and just I was kind of going into it without thinking much. So a little bit of ownership there. Her father said to her, this stuns me, "Honey, any publicity is good publicity. Go with it." What a love.
Wait, was her dad Larry King? What was that? What was that voice you did?
Honey, I want to tell you something.
Let's go to a car phone in Schenectady. You're on the air. Yes.
It's actually Larry Philbin.
Okay. Okay, it's a combination.
He's a hybrid dad. Her father says, any publicity is good publicity. Go with it, sweetheart. I love that advice. Where was my dad when I met him?
Exactly.
She said it had nothing to do with sex. There was no making out even. I did not even get anything. And there was no physical out of this relationship at all. That seems to be the sticking point, Chris.
Okay. I will clear. And here's the thing. I get where people said, oh, you were kind of vague on the show. And I was intentionally vague because at the time, that night, there was 100%, no question, no doubt, that a physical relationship, and I'm not saying inappropriate anymore, I'm saying a physical relationship had and was taking place with one of our crew members, with Rozlyn, while she was on the show. Period. End of story. I cannot be any clearer
Is it
than
on tape?
that.
There's a lot of cameras everywhere. Is there a tape of this?
No.
Okay.
We did not.
So it was off the grounds of the mansion.
And the reason no.
It was in the mansion.
It was, and here's the thing. This was not. I was
room closet. There's cameras everywhere.
Let me just say, I was intentionally vague on the show because at the time there was no question, and we on purpose did not want to throw Rozlyn under the bus. We didn't want to make a big deal out of this. I wouldn't be on the Billy Bush show right now if it wasn't for Rozlyn pouring a gallon of kerosene on this fire that she created.
Yeah.
We seriously intentionally said, guys, let's, of all the scandals and all the things we wanted, we've blown up for ratings, and this isn't one of them. We're like, let's smooth past this. I was intentionally vague on the show because she accepted it. She knew very well what was going on. And it's, her revisionist history now, 8 weeks later, that I'm even having to come out and defend this show because, the truth is completely on our side. The producer confessed. My talk with her, she all but, said everything.
Did you pull the producer aside and say, listen,
well, Billy,
she's hot. I mean, who wouldn't want to say, Rozlyn was all over me. We had a physical relationship.
Okay, let me give you two.
But the guy got fired over it.
He did, in several points. First of all, this producer is not some nameless, anonymous person. I've known the guy for a couple of years. A friend. Very good friend to other producers on our show. Losing this guy hurt a lot of our people. It was a crushing blow to fire anybody, but much less someone we've been working with, a part of our family. You know how close these crews get.
Oh, yeah.
So that was incredibly tough. So that's something we don't take lightly. With Rozlyn, this was not, they were very brazen about it. This was not hidden. And that's another fact that I think people don't realize just how out in the open they were. Other girls on the show are the ones that brought it to our attention. They told producers on our show, hey, this ain't right. That's when we went and this producer confessed to us, and we learned everything. So, I mean, it's multiple sources, multiple confessions. Rozlyn, admitting she had done wrong and leaving the show. No, that night, there was no question that any, kind of controversy was going to come from this. So it kind of caught us off guard, Rozlyn coming out and saying, building this. Look, I don't want to throw her under the bus, but I get the impression, now that I look back on her life and the decisions she's made, she is someone who I don't think makes very good life decisions. And on top of that, someone who I also think has a hard time taking responsibility for her actions. And that's a tough combination to live by.
One theory is that she would not put her 7-year-old, her child, on TV. And remember the great moment with, I believe it was Jason, right?
Right.
Well, I mean, he brought his kid, and you could see the bonding with the kid, and it was really a powerful moment. I think women gravitated towards it heavily. One thought is that she wouldn't do it, so it was easy. A conspiracy theory that's out there is to get rid of her because she's not going to let the kid go, and they really can't go all the way anyway with her.
I'm very happy. I can openly talk about this now. We would love to put her son on, Aiden. Again,
but I understand she wouldn't do it.
This is the sad part. Again, Billy, I hate that we even have to talk about this single mom, and she goes, oh, why are they throwing a single mom under the bus? She's using her son as like a human shield here. We wanted to put her son on. She wanted to put her son on. But you have to get the baby daddy's release.
And
so
he wouldn't.
He wouldn't sign off. This has nothing to do with us. It has to do with the law. We can't show a child unless the parents sign off. It has nothing to do with ABC, nothing to do with The Bachelor.
Had the father said, yes, we'll put the son on,
Absolutely.
would that have gained her a little more room and leeway because she's so hot and could win the whole thing?
No.
Would she have gotten away with this whole, could we separate her from the producer? No.
That's the thing, is like, I'm not sure why there's like a smoke screen, like, oh, look, diversion, my son. It has nothing to do with her son. And that's, I mean, I'll deal with that issue too, because again, that's another lie. The dad wouldn't, or the father wouldn't sign off, so we can't show the child, period. So that has nothing to do with us. The only thing this had to do with, bottom line, is Rozlyn having a physical relationship with our producer while she was on the show. Okay. Not before, not after. And by the way, since then, they have continued to see each other. They've seen each other several times. So this relationship not only happened,
I want to ask the producer. I want to track down your producer and ask him, was it worth it? Is it still worth it? Is she that hot?
And here's another funny.
Is anyone that hot?
No, here's another funny line. Again, everybody knew this happened. She even called our producer her Seth Rogan.
Oh, so he's a chubby funny guy?
I'm just saying, he's not Brad Pitt.
Okay.
So I think in her eyes, he's not Brad Pitt.
Will you guys please find him right now? We've got a lead. He's a Seth Rogen-ish.
You haven't seen our producers.
Oh my God! But what an amazing score for this guy. It's almost worth it. He's like, fire me.
Yeah. No.
Now, will we see him again? Will he be hired for The Bachelor, Pat? Is he gone altogether? Because let's be honest, in the end of the day, he was the impetus for a fantastic big night of ratings and a lot of drama and people, Bachelor fans, going crazy. The guy should be awarded. He should be given a bonus. And you know it. You know it, and I know it.
Here's the thing. No, and in all seriousness.
Just so you know it.
Okay. Thanks.
Right,
no,
the guy.
No. In all seriousness, that part of it, the whole thing really sucked. But especially this guy losing his job. Because he was a very good...
But will he be rehired at some point?
No, he can't be. No.
Can't be.
Not
even for The Bachelor, bet.
No, a line was crossed that you cannot cross. Okay. He knew it, and he knew it. Obviously we've.
But is everybody at The Bachelor picking up the phone, calling their friends, and saying, "You got to hire our buddy here. We had to fire him, but you've got to hire him because."
No, you know what? A lot of people this is like behind the scenes, off the camera stuff. People will never know. A lot of feelings were hurt. And this has nothing to do with Rozlyn. This has to do with our family. We have a very close family. It's like going back to camp when you shoot these shows, because we've all been together, some of us for 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
And this guy was a part of the family, and he betrayed that family. There's just things you don't do. And these people, I'm telling you, the hours, and I'm not asking for sympathy, but these people put in hours that you can't even imagine. Up all night, 24 hours a day. They work so hard to create and put their life's blood into the show. And to have somebody really put that in question and jeopardize everything we do. I mean, because he not only jeopardized his job, he jeopardized like I'm on the Billy Bush show having to defend, the sanctity of our show, and he put that in jeopardy. And for that, I was upset at him. And we all were. And he really broke that trust. And so, no, he won't be back. And on that, I'm very serious that, I'm upset that we lost, one of our brothers, but I'm also, a little bit pissed off that he put us in this position.
Do you think women are smiling right now just a little bit, knowing the power that they really have over men? And men will do such stupid things.
Well, what's funny, you saw the episode. I mean, before all this came up, Rozlyn was in that red bikini on that date, and Jake was putty in her hands.
Oh, Jake has got to be. How mad is Jake that she's gone?
Well, you should have seen. I mean, look, and again, if you saw the show, you know it's not scripted. When I told Jake what happened, and I said it was Rozlyn, he's just like, she's gone. And I'm like, yeah, just like, I thought he was gonna just cry. I was like, do you need to be held? It was just like
I was laying the groundwork on her in a huge way.
Yeah.
I was so ready to play pilot and stewardess with her. I had so many wonderful plans.
It's going to bed on Christmas Eve and seeing all the presents under the tree, waking up and they're all gone. It was like, what happened?